Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, your world record holder on Forza Horizon 5. It's back. It's good to be back at the top again, you know what I mean? Anyway, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Welcome to Forza Horizon 5, back with the Aventador this time. We got a new one. Again, the 17 billion Aventador. This is the last one, though. This is the Ultimae, right? There's no other one that they can possibly add into this game. This is genuinely the last Aventador that they've even made in real life before it got replaced by the Revuelta, which for whatever reason we don't have in this game. Why would they not add it into this game? I mean, it's fairly new, but still, you know, they should still add it into the game. For people that don't know what I was talking about earlier, some guy beat my world record run from getting like all 6 festivals. If you guys don't know about that, I streamed it on Twitch. Yeah, the other day I got it back again because I'm just that good. Doesn't sound very special, this, does it? I mean, it's basically an SVJ, I think, without all the aero. I think that is pretty much what this Aventador is. It's an SVJ without the SVJ part. It's just the power part. It's a pretty ridiculous car, don't get me wrong. But the whole concept of the Aventador, I feel like, has been just crazily, like, ruined. Because it's not as extreme as it was. Like, they constantly kept making faster and faster versions of it. So they're like, you know, well, here's an Aventador. Cool, super rare, crazy supercar. Almost hypercar, even, at that point. And then they've just constantly released faster and faster and more exclusive versions of it. So I feel like the Aventador kind of has lost its appeal. Still so sick, though, when you see one in real life. Unreal looking things. All the angles and shapes and everything on them, it looks mental. But I feel like just because we have them all in the one place, like in Forza here, I feel like they kind of just, like I said, lost their touch a little bit. Anyway, 770 horsepower, 720 newton meters of torque, 1,750 kilos. Pretty heavy, though. Very hefty car. 6.5 liter V12, naturally aspirated. Single clutch, which for whatever reason changes gears very quickly in this game. I mean, it actually does change gears quite quickly in real life, right? It's just not as fast as like the Huracan, for example, which is using the dual clutch. Still sounds pretty good. I can't really fault it. I can't be like, oh, this sounds bad. It doesn't actually sound that bad. I feel like it needs to scream more. It doesn't scream enough. It just sounds quiet. If I end up changing the exhaust on this thing, I was about to say the engine. If I change up the exhaust on this thing, which I can't. Brilliant. Oh my god. Imagine if they gave us like an aftermarket exhaust that sounds like a Gintani. Oh my god, that would have been unreal. We can twin turbo this thing. I'm pretty sure everything that we were able to do with the normal Aventadors, we could probably do with this thing. However, though, I think with the SVJ, it probably has too much aero, right? And too much downforce. So I think we can probably get the top speed of this one to be quite a lot higher if I end up just doing stuff to it. Well, anyway, we can put that engine in it. It sounds like that. Visually, we can change. We can add some Forza parts to it. Yucky, ooey, don't want that. Disgusting. Give it some better tires. The wheels look really good though on the Ultimae. They look quite decent. 285s in the front and 365s in the rear. Holy shit. Oh my god. Track width we can change as well. Should I turn this thing into an Aventador drift car? I feel like if I leave it completely for regular racing, I just feel like it'll be a bit boring. Transmission, we can change that. And then diff, we can just adjust that as well afterwards. Suspension, I mean, we can put drift suspension on it, which I'm gonna put on anyway. Weight reduction, pretty big help for this car. And then it's just a bunch of extra parts now that we can... change. It got rid of the throttle bodies after I changed it and gave it twin turbos. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave that alone. Alright, well, we can get this thing to go over 1,000 horsepower with the twin turbo swap. I feel like we could have gotten this... Wasn't this engine available to be able to go to like 1,515 horsepower? Or 1,551 horsepower back in the day? I remember that this engine used to be a swap. You used to be able to V12 swap, and it was the Aventador swap. And you were able to put it in a bunch of different types of cars, and you're able to make it so much faster. Why is this one so slow now? Why have we gone backwards in terms of power after twin turbo swapping or twin turbo upgrading in Aventador? Why are the engines so slow? Or they make such a low amount of power compared to what they were like before? I mean, it grips up, but it's nothing like crazy. Kinda wanna drift it, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like if I build it for anything else, it's just not gonna be that good. The brake's alright. Not even like all-wheel drifting. I kinda wanna rear-wheel drive swap this thing and then try to drift it like that. Because I feel like it'll be kinda funny. What kind of steering angle are we getting with it? Pretty significant. It's also mid-engine as well, which makes it a much more interesting car as well to try and slide. It looks really good though. I can't lie. I can't just be like, oh yeah, it's just another Aventador. It looks so extreme. Yeah, man. Just driving it like regularly feels a little boring. I want to change it. I want to do some dumb things to it. Meaning, I want to change it to rear-wheel drive now. So it's got over 1,000 horsepower, all going to the rear wheels, and I'm gonna change the tires. I'm gonna give it some snow tires as well. I think I'm still gonna keep the width of the wheels though, because I feel like it'll be kind of funny. And now all I have to do is just adjust my tune. And that's pretty much it. Now try to take it sideways somewhere and see what happens. Oh yeah, one thing that I didn't actually look at is the different designs and paints that we have available for this thing. Let's have a quick little look. Full on orange. It just looks like a regular Aventador now. White. The blue with the brown line is not really that great. I think the grey looks just nicer. The blue does look good though. That's a really nice color. I like that. Then you have the regular... Oh god, ew, that's a satin yellow. That's awful looking. Anything matte or satin, it just looks ugly. I want to see the shine off a car. I want to see it reflect stuff. Like, it looks a little... Yeah, you know? Well, you can change different paint groups? Wait, what? Oh, the thing from the side. Actually, it's quite decent if we leave like the extra bits on the side of that color. Or if I turn all of that into carbon fiber, I wonder how that would look. Interesting. What if I do that, and then I go to paint group 2, and then we go to this, and I change all of that into carbon fiber? Oh, that looks clean. I feel like that's an option. Isn't that an option on this thing? I swear that is an option. No, the red's fine for that, because it'll match the brake calipers. But the carbon with the thing, looks pretty nice. Even the wing mirrors, you can have two paint options. You can have the top and bottom, which I actually kind of like, because it already matches. The top of it is blue and the bottom is carbon. I feel like that carbon bit on the side is genuinely an option that you can do, because I'm pretty sure it's an option on the new Revuelto. You can put all these extra carbon pieces. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of this is carbon anyway, but the whole, I guess, two-tone thing where you can like paint a color of the car and then leave like kind of just coated carbon fiber on the side. I feel like you can do that as well with the Revuelto. So I'm guessing this was an option at that point with this car as well. Interesting, very interesting. Anyway, I want to slide it. I slapped a very basic setup on it just to see. The tires are so fat, man. I don't know if leaving these as 365 in the rear was a good idea. I don't know. It just feels like my gear ratios are too long, but they just aren't. Oh man, it looks so much better two-tone like this. Not being able to see anything like around the back end, you just have kind of like an outline of the rear end of this thing due to the fact that it's like all blue and then it has like a line of blue there on that plastic bit or carbon bit or whatever it is made out from. Basically surrounding the exhaust. And you can't even see the lights or anything like that. And then when the wing is down too, oh, that looks so good. Looks so mean. Anyway, I'm gonna go get rid of these tires, put slightly thinner ones on. Maybe 365s in the rear is just not okay. We can only go down 3. That's fine. That's fine. Front end grip is fine. It's just rear end grip. I just feel like it's too much for this thing. Okay, It's actually sliding down the mountain or something. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, it's very, very smooth. But to be honest though, I expected this from a mid-engine car. I expected it to be so well balanced. Just like all mid-engine cars, if you're trying to slide them in this game, they just feel incredibly balanced. Really, really, really good. Really good cars to slide. I need to try and test out how much angle I can actually hold with it as well. Let's go. Let's keep increasing the angle. More, more, more. There it goes. If I slow down or if I fully lift off, it will save it. So I can't hold like huge angle with it. And I can hold pretty significant angle. I mean, obviously with a slightly better tune, I think you can adjust it so you can hold slightly more angle, but just with the basic setup that I have on, you can see how much I can hold. The precision you have with it though is so nice. Again, I'm telling you, trying to drift mid-engine cars in this game, or just drifting them in general in this game, makes you appreciate how balanced and how nice they are. Like front-engine rear-wheel drive cars, there's like a certain feel about them in the way they drive, whereas with mid-engine cars, just the way the car rotates on its axis, it just feels so weirdly smooth, and it just feels like you're in control all the time. It's like you're not even putting down too much power, or you're not even like steering in like harshly enough. It just seems like it's always a really, really smooth car to slide. It doesn't matter which car you're in. There's just something about mid-engine cars, sliding them in this game, just weird, very satisfying feeling. If you've done it, or if you've never done it, try it. But if you've done it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just a different feel to the rear-wheel drive front-engine cars. I don't know why I said that backwards. The front-engine rear-wheel drive cars. Like rear-engine cars, stuff like Porsches and stuff like that, they kind of feel similar to this, but they feel like the front end is really, really light, and then the back end just is kind of heavy, and it kind of wants to overtake you sometimes. The front-engine rear-wheel drive cars, you're just kind of pushing them along, and you're just basically just trying to push them sideways constantly. And again, if they're balanced quite nicely, then you can kind of, you know, drift them very, very easy and very, very well. But like, there's no doubt about you driving a front-engine rear-wheel drive car, right? Like, it just feels a very specific way. And it's the same with these. Like, they feel a very, very specific way. It just feels like the way the car rotates on its axis as you're sliding just feels a little bit different to the other ones. Like, the front end just feels like I'm playing on a controller right now, and it just the way it drives. I don't really know how to explain the feeling, but like when you're turning in, and then when you're accelerating and braking and counter steering and all that, just the movements that the car does just feel like it just feels nice, very satisfying to go sideways in. I mean, there you go. I just wanted to give it as much power as possible, so I could like hold the angle sideways. Nah, I can't. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't think 1100 horsepower is enough power for this. I don't think it's enough power for it. This is also not supposed to be a drift car whatsoever, so you expecting this thing to be an unbelievable drift car, if you're watching this video, then you're definitely mistaken. But I don't know what else to really build it for, because I don't think it'll be good for anything else. Like, racing with it, I mean, there's just gonna be better Lambos. Like, we already know one of them, the SCV12, is just an unbelievable race car. I mean, to be honest, this could be really good as well. But what's the difference between this and the SVJ? Like, the SVJ is more aerodynamic, and it's probably a lot better to race with, you know? Even if you change all the aero and you give it the Forza aero, I just still don't think this would be as good as the SVJ. Regardless, I'm still kind of surprised that Lambo are still doing the big boy V12s. I'm happy about it. Even with the Revuelto, I'm happy that they're doing the big boy V12s. I mean, it's now assisted by an electric motor, or a couple of electric motors, but they're still doing like 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12s, which is ridiculous in this day and age. That they decided not to downsize, and they also decided not to go turbocharged either, which is very, very cool, because it'll keep the same sound. Like, it'll still sound unbelievably loud and really, really nice. For people that don't really realize how much of a difference turbocharging your car makes, yes, some cars sound really, really good with turbos. I think McLaren's overly quiet, but if you put like an exhaust on it, and you can even hear like turbos and stuff like that, if you change the downpipes, they sound ridiculous. And same with intakes, they'll end up sounding really, really good, but just completely stock, they just don't sound good. It's the same with the 911 Turbo S's. A completely stock 911 Turbo S is just really, really quiet. Whereas if you have like a very similar engine in, let's say, a GT3, right? You just have a different exhaust, different intakes, obviously, and it's naturally aspirated, and it sounds completely different, right? Still a flat 6, but it sounds completely different. It sounds a lot less muted and everything. It just, naturally aspirated cars just sound more extreme. But like I said, with a good exhaust setup and a good intake setup, I think turbocharged cars also have their own very, very unique and nice sound. But yeah, man, I feel like not a lot of car manufacturers do it like Lambo and Ferrari when it comes to naturally aspirated cars. They're just on their own level. They just do some ridiculous things, and they still have the big boy engines, you know, the 6 liters and the 6.5 liters V12s. They're just still really extreme. Well, the Ultimae is in the game now. If you want to try it for yourselves, it's only your 20 points on this playlist, so pretty easy to get and to own. If this is maybe one of your dream cars or something that they've added into the game, then you can now get it. Anyway, I'll leave it there for today's video. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one. If you've built, by the way, anything crazy for this car, maybe you built it for racing, or you built it for off-road racing, or whatever it is that you built it for, and you want me to try it in a future video, you can do so by sending over your tune, your share code, over on my Discord. Link to that is down below, and I may try it for a future video. Maybe I missed out. Maybe this is an Unreal race car or something, and I missed out on it, testing it out in this video. I'm more than happy to go revisit it and try your tune for it if it's good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.